Hello everyone, I am Vishakha Birhade, Assistant Professor, Department of Economics from the Bhopal School of Social Sciences. In the last module, we discussed about population, its size, distribution and rural-urban classification of the population. Elaborating further, in this module, we will be discussing sex ratio is used to describe the number of females per thousand of males, whereas child sex ratio indicates the number of girls per thousand boys in 0 to 6 age group. Sex ratio is a valuable source for finding the population of women in India and what is the ratio of women to that of men in India. A disturbing revelation of the 1991 census is the decline in the ratio of females per thousand males. The sex ratio declined from 934 in 1981 to 927 in 1991. However, the overall trend of the sex ratio in the country since 1901 shows a continuous trend towards a decline in the sex ratio, bearing a marginal improvement in 1981. In 2001, there is a slight improvement in the proportion of females to that of males at 940. Even the child sex ratio was 927 per thousand boys in 0 to 6 age group, whereas it has deteriorated in 2011 and stands at just 918. Despite our loud professions of the success of mother-child health programs during the previous decade and the care of the girl child, the scenario as presented by the census indicates the failure of these programs. From the table, we can conclude that the aggregate sex ratio has declined in the world from 986 to 984, but in India, Brazil, Russia, Bangladesh, Japan and even in Pakistan, the sex ratios have shown an improvement. There is no doubt that the female fetus has been proved to be biologically stronger than the male fetus. There is every likelihood of the women to live longer than men. This is evident by the fact that in the advanced Western countries, the proportion of women in total population is higher than that of the males. In India, 108 females are born per 100 males, but the loss of more females due to insufficient attention and care to them at the birth, a relatively higher proportion of deaths among females at the time of puberty due to functional derangement, high death rate among women in the reproductive age bracket 11 to 19 on account of early marriages explains to a sufficient degree the fact that biologically superior female is not in a position to maintain the trend of excess of females at birth on account of the prevalence of social and economic factors which work against its species. As a consequence, females per thousand males were only 940 at the time of 2011 census, whereas in Russia it was 1140, in Japan it was 1041, whereas in USA it was 1029. Among the various states of India, Kerala alone shows a higher proportion of females to that of males at 1084 as per 2011 census. The states which are lower than the national average are Rajasthan, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Punjab and Haryana. There is a deterioration of sex ratio in Bihar from 921 to 916 females per thousand males as per 2011 census, whereas in Punjab, UP, Haryana, the females account for between 877 to 908 per 1,000 males. As per 2011 census, the states with the highest sex ratio in India are, of course, Kerala with 1,084 females and Pondicherry with 1,034 females per 1,000 males, whereas the lowest sex ratios are recorded in Daman and Diu with 615 females and Dadra and Nagar Haveli with 775 females per 1,000 males. Talking about the child sex ratio, the highest rates are recorded in Mizoram with 971 girls and Meghalaya with 970 girls per 1,000 boys in 0 to 6 age group. As against it, the lowest rates are recorded in Haryana at 830 girls and Punjab with 846 girls per 1,000 boys in 0 to 6 age group. Proceeding further, let us now see how poverty, being a chronic problem, contributes to the declining sex ratios in India. In fact, the explanation for a declining sex ratio lies in the poverty of the Indian people in a country where even in 2004-2005, nearly 28% of the people live below poverty line. High infant mortality, poor medical facilities, extremely unhygienic conditions of the living, absence of prenatal and postnatal care, high death rate among women are all manifestations of the abjectly low level of living of the people. In absence of the old age social security schemes, sun is considered to be the insurance against old age. This also reinforces preference in allotment of good diet and medical care in favor of males. Besides this, most of the pregnant women suffer from anemia, which is a direct consequence of malnutrition. As a result, it contributes to nearly 40% of the maternal deaths. These are some of the evidences which indicate that poverty is the major contributor to the declining sex ratios in India. Moving ahead, let us see some of the major reasons of declining sex ratios in India. The female-male ratio differs widely in different parts of the country. There can be few reasons for this. For example, girls in India are not as adequately looked after as boys. As a result, infant mortality rates among girls is very high. Secondly, burden of bearing children at a very early age. Number 3, the little use of birth control devices and the greater frequency of births at a shorter intervals leads to the death of many women. Number 4, it is doubtful whether at the time of census women are counted correctly because of the large illiteracy and social customs which keep many women behind curtain. Quite a number of women go unreported. Moving ahead, number 5, the all-pervasive male child preference which has been the cause of female feticide, whereas besides this, high mortality rates among women in reproductive ages are also responsible for the declining sex ratios. Let's now have a look at some of these steps which can be taken to improve the sex ratios in India. Number 1, improving the health of mothers through institutional deliveries. Number 2, free pre- and postnatal checkups. Number 3, banning the use of modern tools for sex-selective abortions like prenatal diagnostic techniques. Number 4, encouragement to women education, whereas number 5 is the contribution of women in decision making. These are some of the ways how we can overcome the problem of declining sex ratios in India. That's all for today. In the next module, we shall be discussing about the National Population Policy in India. Thanks for watching.